Bitcoin is proof of just how much demand there is for money laundering. Those are the words of Larry Fink, the CEO of Blackrock. Now, we know that Blackrock has just forged a deal with Coinbase that will allow some of their Aladdin customers to have access to cryptocurrency. What does that mean for all of us, right? I think this is huge news for price and huge news for the whole crypto ecosystem as a whole. Now, Blackrock is the biggest asset manager in the world. They control about over $9 trillion worth of assets. There's only two countries in the world that have a GDP higher than the amount of money that BlackRock controls. That's the US with a GDP of over 20 trillion and China with about maybe about $15 trillion GDP. It tells you just how powerful they are. And not only that, right, the Aladdin branch that's partnering with Coinbase is really something kind of fishy, right? Because Aladdin is their AI technology that they use to invest. Now, this AI technology also has the Federal Reserve as a customer, telling them what will potentially happen in the future and probably how to best prepare for that. Now, if you control $10 trillion, you advise the Federal Reserve. No matter how good or bad your AI is, your AI becomes the norm of what's going to happen. Because you can essentially move the market. Just like Satoshi has 1 million coins, right? If he starts trading, whatever direction he decides the market will go is the direction the market will go. So despite the fact of how good this Aladdin is, it doesn't matter because they simply control the market. And I find a lot of things kind of wrong with the way that they operate. Right now, they're working on they're accumulating a lot of farmland and a lot of real estate as well. And that tells you that they obviously think that the real estate markets will do really well. And they also think that farmland will do really, really well. But I think that's this is where I disagree, right? I feel like it's almost moving to the direction of you'll own nothing and be happy. This is a modern day type slavery. If you have an entity that controls $10 trillion, right? And you've got the majority of people in the US, I think is it mean or something like that? The mean income is about maybe 45 grand, 50 grand, somewhere there. And if you go to Europe, maybe it's about 30 grand, 35 grand, somewhere there. That's what most people earn. And if those people are competing with a fund that has $10 trillion, I think we pretty much know who's going to win that competition, right? So they're going to own everything. And they're going to make you very happy for owning nothing. That's the way it looks. And now they're getting into crypto. Now, the fact that they're getting into crypto matters a great deal. It's good for price. It means that price will most likely not go as low as most people expect. Now that they have this deal public, do you think that some of the people who work there, do you think that BlackRock themselves did not front run the Aladdin customers? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But that doesn't matter because all the same, if they're starting to onboard their customers into crypto right now, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years time, how much crypto will they own? What percentage of the total supply will they own? Currently, Coinbase is about 10% of all crypto in their custody. And going forward the next 5 years, now that they have BlackRock as a customer, how much will BlackRock own in crypto? Is it 10% of all Bitcoin? Is it 20% of all Bitcoin? A lot more. And that's not the best part of it. The best part is this. Right now, what we've had is this. We've had, whenever someone wants to go to talk to Congress, the people that represent us so far has been Sam Bankman-Fried, has been obviously the Coinbase people, Brian Armstrong, has been Charles Hoskinson. Those are the people that have been going to talk to Congress. But in 5 years' time, in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, when BlackRock owns 20% of all Bitcoin, when they own 10% of all Ethereum, when they own other assets, who do you think will be going to represent the crypto people in front of Congress? Who do you think will be negotiating for the new regulations for crypto in front of Congress? They're definitely going to also want to shape crypto in their own image, just like everyone else does. Anytime we have new onboards into crypto, they definitely have a massive impact of what crypto looks like in the future. So what I do hope is this. I do hope that they do not, because I do think that what they will try to fight for is closing the door for creating new crypto assets. I think they'll definitely try and fight for that, or making it extremely difficult for people to create new cryptocurrencies. And I think that would be really sad if that ever happens. Crypto has to remain open and decentralized, and has to remain a place where people can come and create new stuff. They can innovate. It has to always become that. So I hope that they do not come and try and kind of throw a spanner into the works. All in all, the news that Coinbase and BlackRock are partnering, it might seem shady. It might look like we're getting closer to the world that they want to see. But it is good for price. it is definitely good for price. It means that now a lot of these institutions that control large amounts of capital are getting into crypto. And once BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, has its foot in the door in crypto, what do you think the 10th biggest asset manager in the world will be doing? What do you think the 11th biggest asset manager management company will be doing? They would definitely also be thinking of getting some of that action as well. So all in all, I think this is bullish news for crypto, but I do think that we need to be careful, and we definitely need to make sure that we have our all our ducks in a row, and we protect. I remember what Bitboy used to say during the bull market, right? He used to say, do not sell your Bitcoin, do not sell your Ethereum, right? Yeah, do not sell your Hex, do not sell your Pulse X and all that. Because once you sell it, if you're selling it to BlackRock, they're probably going to diamond hand that stuff for the next who knows how many years. And it'll give them disproportional power to affect the prices in the crypto space, the same way that they have disproportional power in the real world of real assets, the same way that they're accumulating all the real estate, accumulating all the farmland. They will do that with crypto, and then crypto will stop being the place where ordinary people can make money, where ordinary people can actually have real self-sovereignty of their funds. So now I think it's time to get back to the basics of crypto. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I would never give anyone any financial advice. But I think that this is one of those, out of this, once we get out of this bear market, once you've accumulated enough of your of a sizable position, you need to be able to ensure that you will always have a bigger position than all these other institutions when they do come in. And we should fight for our freedom, the freedom to create assets, the freedom to have whatever crypto assets we want to. I think that has to be, that we have to hold on to that as much as possible. As much as possible, yeah. Because who knows what will happen. But I definitely think that they will, now that they're getting into the space, they're definitely going to want to have a massive impact on how decisions are made and what the space looks like going forward. And I don't think it is, the way that they want to shape it is going to be in the best interest of everybody involved. They're going to want to make it in their own best interest so that they make most of the money from it. Now, this is some exciting stuff, right? And I was looking at several videos about it. I think the best video that I think everyone should watch, there's a video from Pulse Gains YouTube channel. I think it's the latest video that they have about this, talking about Aladdin. This is their AI that they use to invest, that controls massive amounts of money, right? And that also advises the Federal Reserve, right? So think about that. And so if their AI is telling them buy Bitcoin, do what you will with that information. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time.